today. Get a little bit deeper into the legs and hips. Okay, so if you have a yoga strap, hopefully you do by now, we're gonna put it together. And if you're just using a belt or something else, then I will tell you how to modify. But I think you should get a yoga strap. Okay, so once your strap is together, you can just put it to the side and we're gonna start laying down on the back. So when we start laying down, I think it's a really nice way to start a practice because you don't have to worry about your posture or if you're sitting upright or if you're hunched over or if your hips are open or not. So we can just start by laying down on the back and just focus on your breath and settling down. So you can have your knees bent or you can have them out straight depending on what feels better for you. Just close the eyes. Begin to breathe a little bit deeper than you normally do. Try to relax the muscles in the face. Relax through the neck and shoulders. Breathing in through the nose and out of the mouth. And we were talking at the beginning of the class about resilience and how some of us are feeling that we're almost at the top of our capacity of how much we can handle. And I think it's interesting that we're all beginning to feel this maybe sense of being overwhelmed or just fatigued with what's going on in the world. So I think it's important that we take this time on our mats and together. We can all practice by ourselves, but I think it's important to come together even if it's virtual and we're not together in the same shared space, but we are sharing the same practice together right now. It helps to lift each other up, helps us feel supported by one another. So just knowing that as you're in your own space, that we are sharing this practice together. And we're cultivating some positive energy and just recharging and building back up some of that resilience and strength. So from here, let's gently hug the knees into the chest and hold on tight for a moment. Really hug in so that you can lift your low back off the floor and then just kind of ease down so the low back has some space. You can rock left to right. You can make some circles with the knees in one direction and then the other. And then we'll take the arms up overhead. Tops of the hands are going to reach for the floor behind you. Feel what you feel in the shoulders, the space between your shoulder blades. And then we'll lift the feet up, but nice and gentle so that you can have a soft bend in the knees. Let's point and flex the feet. Make some circles with the feet in one direction, then the other. Take a nice full deep breath in, and then as you exhale, let's hug the knees into the chest. Inhale, arms reach up, feet lift, and exhale, hug the knees in. One more time, just like that. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift, and exhale, hug the knees in. We're going to take the left foot down to the floor and we'll reach for the strap to put the right foot in. So if you're just using a belt or a strap, then just place the right foot in. If you have a yoga strap, we're going to take the loop and put it around your back, around the head. You want it at your upper back, at the shoulder blades. And then you can tighten or loosen your buckle so that your leg can feel supported. We're going to let the left leg go straight along the floor and then just relax the arms. So just take a moment here to find the different levels of the pose. So we're all starting off gentle. You can have a soft bend in the knee. Your strap doesn't have to be too tight. Just taking a few deep breaths here, allowing the body to start to relax into the pose. And then maybe you can start to go a little bit deeper, maybe taking it to the next level for you by tightening the strap a little bit. Maybe the right leg goes a little straighter, and then just pause. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out of the mouth. And then if you'd like to even go a little deeper, maybe you can flex the foot a little bit more so you're drawing the toes towards the face. Maybe you push the heel a little bit more up towards the ceiling, pressing the bottom of the foot into the strap as the back holds the strap down. And then maybe you even take the toes a little bit towards the back of the room. So getting nice and deep into the hamstring. Letting the breath flow with ease so that we can relax the muscle, soften where we feel tight, and release some tension. We'll take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, soften that right knee. We're going to bend the left knee so the left foot is on the floor. Roll to the pinky side of your left foot. So you just have the left knee open. And then we're just going to let the right leg reach over to the right. Doesn't have to go too far. And then just pause here again, starting off gentle. Nice soft knee, not reaching too far. Letting the body melt into the pose. Start to breathe a little bit deeper. Maybe the right leg goes a little bit straighter. See if you can let go of tightness. Use the strap for support. Nice flexed right foot. Maybe pushing the foot a little bit more into the strap. And maybe feeling the toes moving back towards the space behind your head. And then breathe deeply. Take a nice full deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's soften the knee. We'll bring both legs back to the center. Left leg is going to go straight. Soft right leg as it reaches over to the left. You can use your right hand on your right hip to remind it to stay down. Try to relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Feel free to pause right here with a soft knee and a gentle reach across the body. Try to keep the right shoulder down. You can use the right side of the rib cage into the strap for a little more support. If you'd like to go a little straighter in the right leg, you can. Flexing the right foot. Maybe if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can tilt your toes, the right toes down. So your right heel is not only reaching away from the hip, but it's kind of reaching up a little bit as the toes tilt down. That gets a little bit deeper in the bottom half of the IT band. Breathe deeply also to release the low back. Take a full breath in, and then as you exhale, let's bend the right knee, take the foot out of the strap, hug the right knee into the chest, relax the right foot, maybe kick it up and down a little bit, and then we'll take the left knee bent with the left foot on the floor. The right ankle's going to cross over the left leg above the knee. So just pausing here for a moment, keeping the left foot down. A gentle sway left to right with the shape of your legs in a figure 4 here. So you don't have to go all the way to either side. You can start off really small, just rocking left to right. You might feeling something in your low back or hips. That's okay, that's good. Starting to get in there a little bit. Maybe you go all the way to the side so that your right foot touches the floor, but if that's too deep, then don't go all the way. Maybe you go all the way to the other side. And then once you come back to center, we're gently going to reach for the back of the left thigh and draw the left knee towards your left shoulder. So the shape of your legs are a little bit over to the left. And just pause here to relax and breathe. You can even take your right elbow against your right thigh and push the right knee a little bit further away. Relaxing through the shoulder, the low back on the right side, and the right hip. Feel free to close the eyes. Hip openers are a great time to let go of not only physical tightness, but emotional stress and tension. Let it go when you breathe out. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, you can just take the right foot, let it come down to the floor. Now reach for your left shin, draw the left knee into the chest, let the right leg go straight along the floor, and then we'll extend the left leg and put it into the strap, noticing if you need to loosen or tighten. And then again, we're starting off really gentle here. A soft bend in the knee. Relax through the shoulders. Feel grounded down through the back. And then slowly you can start to straighten the left leg. Doesn't have to go straight, just go a little straighter. Getting a little bit more length in the back of the leg. Maybe you tighten your strap a little bit. As the hamstring starts to loosen up a little bit, maybe you go a little deeper. Maybe you flex the foot a little bit more by peeling the toes back. Maybe you reach the heel a little bit more up towards the ceiling. You can press the bottom of the foot into the strap as your shoulder blades press down. Take a nice, deep, full breath in. And exhale completely. We're going to soften the left knee. Bend the right knee so the right foot's on the floor. We're just gently going to let the right knee open up to the right. The left foot is going to reach over to the left. It doesn't have to go far at all. You'll start to feel maybe more of the inside of the hamstring, the inner thigh. Also opening up the outer hip a little bit. Trying to stay grounded on the right side so you don't lean over to the left. Soft bend in the knee to start. And then you can just gradually and slowly deepen the pose. So a little bit straighter in the leg. Foot reaches a little bit further away. Feel grounded down on the right side of the body, the right side of the rib cage, leaning into the strap. Take a full deep breath in, and then as you exhale, let's soften, bring both legs back to the center. Right leg is going to go straight, soft left knee as the left leg reaches over to the right. So you can place your left hand on the left hip crease if you'd like. You can keep the knee bent. Just try to keep the left shoulder down. So as we come into these poses where we're releasing a lot of physical tightness and tension, take the time to just quiet the mind. Try not to think about too much. Letting the beginning of this practice be a little bit more meditative, where you can try to focus on your breath, focus on deepening the poses gradually. So not necessarily just throwing yourself right into the deepest expression of the pose, but easing in. Nice flexed foot, maybe a tilting of the toes down. Take one more full breath in here. And then as you exhale, soften the left knee. We'll take the foot out of the strap. Hug the left knee into the chest as you bend the right knee. You can kind of flick your left foot up and down a little bit. And then we'll just place the left ankle over the right leg above the knee. And then just a gentle sway left to right with the shape of your legs. It can be little, it can be big. Just ease into it. And then when you're ready, come back to center, and we'll just reach for the back of the right thigh, shifting the shape of your legs a little bit over to the right as you draw the right knee in towards your right shoulder. Left elbow can press the left knee away. Close the eyes and just breathe here. So again, you can ease in, gradually bringing the right knee a little bit closer in towards the right shoulder. And then every exhale is a little bit deeper of letting go. I'm not sure how good the sound system is and on my iPad, but hopefully you can't hear my stomach. It's growling. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Take a nice full deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's release the left foot down. Right foot comes down. Just let both feet be on the floor for a moment. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead as you reach the feet up towards the ceiling just one time. And then exhale completely, hug the knees into the chest. And then you can either roll to one side and press yourself up, or you can cross one ankle over the other and rock yourself up to sit. We're gonna sit cross-legged for a moment. So if you need a little extra support, cross-legged, you can put a blanket underneath your seat. If you feel like your knees are up too high, but see if you can try to relax the knees down. If this is too much, you can always have the soles of the feet together way out in front. That might make it easier. But just sitting up nice and tall here, lengthening through the spine. You can close the eyes just for a moment, feeling the crown of the head directly over the tailbone. Shoulders relaxed down away from the ears. So we're gently going to reach for the strap here. And I like to keep it looped because this is about the span of my arms. But I'm going to reach for about shoulder width first. So shoulder width apart, we're going to take the hands holding on gently, so not gripping too tight. We're just going to move with the breath. So as you inhale, we're going to reach the arms up. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, arms come down. Let's have soft elbows here. So you don't want to lock out the arms and have them super tight. Inhale again, let's lift. And exhale, lower. Just start to feel what you feel in your shoulders. One more time, just like that. Inhale, lift. Relax the shoulders. Maybe the arms go a little further back, and then exhale, lower. Okay, so we're gonna go a little bit wider so that you're halfway between where you just were and the end. So just a little bit wider. Inhale, lift. Relax the shoulders, so soft elbows. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Then one more time, just like that. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Okay, from here, I like to put my thumbs in the strap. You don't have to. You can just hold on to the ends if you'd like. We're going to inhale, lift. And if you can, we're going to exhale, lower behind you. If that's too much, then just lower in the front. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. If that felt like too much, I'll show you how to modify. Inhale, lift. When you exhale, just bend the elbows and just lower. Good. Inhale, lift. You can have bent elbows or straight. And come to the front. Let's do one more time like that. Try to relax to the neck. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, reach back. Good. Inhale up. And exhale down. And then we're just going to lift the arms up overhead and then just move in any way that feels good. You can go left to right. You can go twisty left to right. So just move around a little bit here, keeping the arms apart. Just opening up the chest, keeping the shoulders relaxed and open. Nice. And then when you're ready, we'll bring the arms down. We'll move the strap. We'll bring the soles of the feet together. Hands come on to the shins. Take a deep breath in as you lengthen the spine. And then exhale, just hinge forward to start. So you're hinging here. Crown of the head is reaching forward. Tailbone is back. Use your inhale to feel that length in the spine. And then use your exhale to just lower about an inch. And then take another deep breath in. Lengthen a little bit further. And then when you exhale, go a little deeper. Maybe just a speck. Doesn't have to be a lot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, go a little deeper. So just continue that easing into the depth of the pose. So not just coming right into being as far forward as you can. Let the body ease into it. Relax the head and neck. So thinking about throughout the practice, it's not necessarily just putting the body in a shape, staying there, and then just moving on to the next shape. It's easing into the pose, being there, being fluid, so being able to kind of move around a little bit. And then we'll gradually come out of the pose. So just slowly make your way up. We'll shake out the legs a little bit in front. And then we're going to transition on to hands and knees here. So feel free to put a blanket underneath your knees if you need a little extra support. If anybody likes iced tea, there's this new place called Gigi and Joe in Westport. They make the best green tea that has a little hint of strawberry and basil. It's so good. Okay, just a little sharing, a little joy. That's what I look forward to in the summer, is my iced tea. Okay, knees are underneath the hips. Wrists are underneath the shoulders. Just take a moment here to feel grounded down. So you're grounding down through the hands, through the knees. We can curl the toes under so you can create a nice stretch through the arch. And then we're just going to move the spine gently with the breath. As you inhale, when you drop the belly, drop the chest about an inch by bending the elbows a little bit. Inhaling to lift the chin. Your exhale, tuck the chin, push the floor down so you can really round the back. The middle of your back is reaching up. And then push the tops of the feet down a little bit so your knees feel a little bit lighter. Inhale, curl the toes under, drop the belly, lift the chin, soft elbows so the chest comes down just a little bit. And then exhale, push. You're pushing down, round the back, and then finish with pushing the tops of the feet down. One more time like that. Inhale, soften and open through the front. And exhale, round through the back. So here we're going to curl the toes under. Feel strong through the arms. And we're just going to lift the knees about an inch. So the knees are just hovering off of the mat. You're drawing your belly button in and up so you're feeling nice and strong and connected to the core. So I feel like it's important for us to dig deep to find where we're strong. So when we're feeling like we're not that resilient anymore and we can't be any stronger, we can dig deep. It's there. So take a full breath in and then let's exhale. Drop the knees, big toes touch, just sink back for a child's pose. Here in child's pose, we're going to ease in. So your hands are reaching forward. Your ears are in line with your upper arm, so the head is not dropped down yet. Take a full breath in. Palms are down. As you exhale, start to lower the chest and the forehead down, but not touching the mat yet. Just lengthen through the spine. Pull the shoulders back. Face is hovering a little bit off the floor. And then if you can, you're going to tent your hands so that the fingertips are pushing down. Take a full breath in and then ease the head down towards the floor if you can. Pause here and breathe. Pull the shoulders back. Let the hips sink down towards the heels. Take a deep full breath in. And then as you exhale, let's come on up to hands and knees, but then lower down onto forearms. So coming down onto forearms, we're going to turn the palms up. So the backs of your hands are on the floor and your palms are facing up. We're going to step one foot back and then the other. Toes are down. Hips are lifted, especially if you feel more tight in your low back. If you can bring the hips to be level in one straight line, then you can lower them a little bit. But if you're tight in your low back and this hurts, then you can lift. If you need more support, you can bring the knees down and the tops of the feet, but push the tops of the feet down. That'll help engage the core. So we're breathing here. Face is parallel to the floor, so the crown of the head is forward. And just think about going inside deep. Really drawing that belly in and up, finding that strength. It's fine if the knees are down. Don't have to have them lifted. Take a deep full breath in, and then as you exhale, knees come down, flip the hands, and then let the hips go back. You can walk your hands back a little bit as the hips sink down. Forehead drops, and then let's slide the hands back so the tops of the hands are now by your feet. We're gonna rock left to right. So you're rolling through the forehead, letting the hips rock left to right. So just kind of massaging the forehead, releasing tension in the neck, relaxing through the wrists. And then let's come back to center. We're going to take the left foot straight back, toes are down. You're going to pivot your right foot to the right, roll to the arch of your left foot, and reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. So if you want to just experiment with kind of finding your strength and not coming into a full side plank, maybe you just start to lift the right knee. So maybe the knee just lifts a tiny bit, but keeps the foot down. Maybe you lift the knee and the foot. Maybe you take your right ankle, cross it in front of the left. Lift the hips a little higher. Maybe you take your top arm and reach towards the front of your mat. Just breathing here, finding your strength. You can always keep that right knee down. You don't have to have it lifted. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, we're going to go right to the other side. So you can just transition through plank if you'd like, and just come right to side plank on the other side, or you're on your hands and knees. You step the right foot back, pivot and turn, and come into gate pose. So it's up to you. You could transition through the plank or through the gate. Hips are lifted. Either way, maybe you reach your top arm overhead, drawing the belly in. building a lot of strength, not only in the muscles, but through the bones. Take one more full breath in, and then as you exhale, let's come back to center. You can sit back on your heels for child's pose, or you can come up onto your shins if that's comfortable. Interlace your hands behind you and open up through the chest. So this is an option, or you're down in child's pose, or you can come from being on your shins with the chest open to lowering the head down, lifting the knuckles up, and then maybe lifting your seat a little bit so that you can roll towards the center of your head, but not past the center. So whatever pose you want to be in here, it's up to you. Take one or two more deep breaths. And then let's gently release. And we're going to come into a low lunge pose. So the right foot is going to step forward, up between your hands. Option to use blocks underneath your hands if you have them. Making sure your right knee is over your right ankle. We're going to curl the left toes under and lift the left knee. So the feet are hip width apart, so you're opening up the low back. We're building a little bit of strength now in the same muscles that we really opened earlier. So building some strength in the hips and the thighs, around the knees. If you'd like to feel a little bit stronger, maybe you don't put as much weight on the hands. Maybe you lift the hands. Maybe you reach them back. Try not to rest your whole torso on your right thigh. Try to pull the belly in and up. Beautiful. Keep breathing. Strengthening. You can drop the left knee if you need to. We're going to take a deep breath in. As you exhale, both hands come to the inside of your right foot. You're going to pivot your left foot down to the floor so that the pinky side of your foot is parallel to the back of your mat. So my toes are now pointed towards the left. I'm going to take my hands, keep my right knee exactly where it is. It's not going to collapse in. I'm going to start to walk my hands diagonally to the left and then reach away. Super strong in the thighs and legs. And just breathe here. Lengthening. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to walk your hands back, but now come to the center. Turn your right toes to face forward, to the same direction that your left toes are pointed in. So now you're in a wide-legged straddle pose, standing with the hands down. You're going to turn your left toes out. So now they're facing the back of your mat. You're going to walk your hands to the left as you bend your left knee, pivot up onto your right toes to come into a low lunge on the left. We're going to frame your left foot. Hopefully you're not lost. Hopefully you're okay. All right. From here, strengthen that left leg. Strong in the right. You can drop the knee if you need to. You can lift the hands if you'd like. You can reach the hands back. Pull your belly in. Nice, strong legs. So we released a lot of those muscles and tension. Now we're building some strength while we are still stretching, because we're building strength really deep from the inside out of the muscle. Also building strength around the joints. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, both hands come down to the inside of your left foot, the big toe side. Pivot your right foot down so that your toes are facing forward, the long end of your mat, and you're diagonally going to reach your hands away from you. They're diagonally to the right side of your mat. Get a little deeper in your left knee. Relax the shoulders. Take a deep, full breath in. And then as you walk your hands back to the mat, come to the center with your hands. Turn your toes to face forward. We're gonna heel toes our feet in so that our feet are gonna go into a V pose. Heels are underneath your knees and you're just gonna sink your hips down into a squat. So a lot of people hate this pose and a lot of people can't keep their heels down. So you can be up on your toes and have your heels lifted, that's okay. If this is completely horrible, I'm gonna tell you to go onto your back. We're gonna have a little fun here. I don't usually do this, but we're gonna have fun here. I'm just feeling it because we're super strong and I think we need a little fun. So you're gonna take your hands onto the floor, you're gonna lift your seat, your knees are on your upper arms, and you're just gonna shift your weight forward and then back. You're gonna have your knees on your upper arms, shifting your weight forward and back. I'm gonna show you real quick if you're on your back, if you can't be in the squat, you're hugging your elbows in with your knees as your hands and feet are flexed, building some strength. Okay, if you need a break, you can straighten the legs and come on up for a second. I know my head is cut off, so I'm just gonna show you one thing real quick. If you're interested, you can stay standing to watch. I'm just gonna show you, you can have a little fun with this pose. It's not usually taught in a gentle class, so you might not have ever experienced it. But if you bring your knees to your upper arms and shift your weight forward, then maybe you get to the point where you can lift your feet. And then you just have a little bit of fun. And you're in crow pose. But you don't have to. Okay, so you can play around with that whenever you want. If you want to give it a shot, you can. Otherwise, let's make our way back onto hands and knees. Let your hips sink back. Let the tops of the hands rest and your head come down. Take a couple really nice deep breaths here as you rock left to right. Letting the legs just relax. And then we're going to come back up. We're going to shift the feet over to the side as you roll onto your hip and bring the feet around to the front. So you're seated here. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor. We're going to hold on underneath the knees. Nice tall spine. And then a gentle shift back. So if this is too much, you can start by maybe lifting one foot, switching, so you always have a foot down, or both feet are lifted. Shins are parallel. You can let go with the hands, you don't have to. Draw the belly in. Lift the chest. You can let the arms go a little bit more open. Maybe you lift them a little bit. Take a nice full deep breath in, and then as you exhale, slowly release. Okay, from here, feet are going to be on the floor, about hip width apart, so open up the feet a little bit. Hands are going to go behind you with the fingers pointed towards your seat. So we're going to gradually deepen this pose. We're starting off soft elbows. Lift the chest, push it forward, lift the chin. Pause here. You're opening up the fronts of the shoulders, opening through the chest, soft elbows, full breath in, and then exhale, soften. Going a little bit deeper, we're going to take a deep breath in and then lift. So you're lifting your seat. Your arms are straighter. Now, I don't have a very strong neck. I have a lot of stress in my neck. So I keep my chin tucked down. If you want to take your head back, you can. That feels horrible to me. So you can do whatever feels good for you. Try to lift the chest. Now you're opening the front of the shoulders, but building a little bit of strength. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, lower. Take a break for a second, shake out the wrists. Now we're gonna let the legs go straight. So if anywhere along the way this is too deep, then just go back to where we were before. So you can just have the hands down, opening the chest. Maybe you do the reverse table. And then from here, you're gonna, this is called a foint. It's not a flex and it's not a point. It's a foint. So you're pointing the toes, but then you're pulling up the toes. It's also called Barbie foot, because if you had a Barbie doll, she had her foot like that because she was always gonna wear heels. Okay, so anyway, you're pointing your feet. Hands are behind you and you're gonna lift. So you're trying to reach the balls of the toes towards the floor. Toes are lifted, hips are lifted. Lift your chest a little higher. Again, I like to have my chin tucked in. It's up to you. A lot of strength here in the arms and shoulders. Take a full breath in, and then as you exhale, let's lower down onto the back. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock gently left to right. You can make some circles with the wrists and ankles. We're going to take wide knees here. Just pausing here, holding on to the knees, relax the shoulders. And then we're going to lift the feet and hold on to either your shins or your ankles. Wide knees, relaxed feet. And then we're going to flex the feet. If you can, we're going to reach for the outsides of the feet. If that's too far, you can hold on to the shins and try to flex your feet. I like to place my thumb in between my big toe and the next toe, just giving it a little space there. Let your low back press down into the floor. Release any last bit of tension or tightness from the hips. Relax the shoulders. And then when you're ready, you can release your feet, let them come down, and we'll find Shavasana, final relaxation pose. You can keep the knees bent. You can let your feet go straight along the floor. You can put a pillow or a cushion under your knees. So once you are comfortable, let the eyes be closed, let the palms face up. Completely relax the feet. The toes. The ankles. Feel the calves relaxed. Front of the bottom half of the legs, the shin. Relax around the knees. Bring your awareness to the tops of the thighs. The backs of the legs. Front of the hips. Feel the back of the hips. Relax the low back. Feel the rise and fall of the belly as you breathe. Feel your chest moving up and down with your breath. Feel the space between your shoulder blades. Shoulders. Bring your attention to your fingers and hands. Feel the arms. Soften through the neck and throat. Relax the jaw. Soften around the eyes. Bring your awareness to your head. Try to feel a lightness inside the head. And feel open to the top of the head. Take your left hand and place it on your heart. Take your right hand over your left hand. And remember that we are all connected. Not only are we here with each other, but we're here for each other. to lift each other up and to offer support as we share our practice with each other. Slowly and gently begin to transition out of Shavasana, moving the body slowly, taking your time to come up to sit. And then once seated, we'll take the palms together in front of your heart center to honor your practice and honor each other. Namaste.